Hey, how's it going, everybody? I want to talk a little bit about inclusion, diversity, and equity, and the programs that are happening at work and in the professional space. I think it's really great that I have the chance to participate and to contribute and to be part of these programs. It's awesome that companies are allowing their workforce to build up communities, to build up groups, and to set up panels, set up events, set up discussion, create culture, and create energy. It really shows that companies are open and interested and enabling, empowering inclusion, diversity, and equity. And for me, as a minority, being an Asian American, of course, from an intersectional standpoint, I'm also a male. I'm also, a whole bunch of things. Uh, but I do align, and I do believe I'm part of uh, the ID&E community. And in fact, I believe anybody is. Anybody who wants to be. And I raised my hand to opt in. So over the past year or so, I've participated in a number of these programs. I've joined these programs, I've been part of these groups, I've been a leader in these groups, I've helped launch many events and a lot of successes. It feels really good to be part of it. It feels really good to be seen. It feels really good to be heard. It feels really good to be empowered. At the same time, though, I do want to provide some feedback. It's so important for me to say this. The more that I work on these programs, the more that I think we need professionals, people who are paid to promote ID&E. On one hand, I'm glad to be part of it, but on the other hand, it's not my day job. It's not what I get paid to do. It's not what I interviewed to do. It's not what I was qualified for. But I've raised my hand and I've been vocal to participate. That's a great thing. But just as important is that energy needs to be met with the same kind of investment from our companies. It can't all just be employee driven. There needs to be a workforce. The company needs to drive a dedicated workforce for ID&E as well. So when I think about the messaging, I see companies out there that are talking a big game, talking about what they're doing, and saying they support. They support Black Lives Matter. They support Pride Month. They support being against anti-Asian violence. All that is great. I applaud it. But then when it comes to the actual work, at least in my experience, it feels like too much of the work is being done by people who have day jobs in other functions. And I recognize and I respect that this topic of ID&E has been opened up completely. So maybe our companies are catching up with their hiring processes, with building out resources and all those things. I need to see it happen quicker. I need to see words backed up by action, not just talk. I need to see an investment. Every single group needs aligned ID&E counselors or business partners they can go to. Every single group needs ID&E partners and resources that are leading efforts, that are driving efforts, that are promoting change, promoting improvement. And every single group and all of these groups need a cohesive leadership that is very active and engaged. So maybe the number of ID&E resources at our companies needs to grow by 10x or 100x. I'd like to see that happen, and I'd like to see that now. So just a little bit of my thoughts, because I really think that it's not sustainable for employees to be driving the change. Employees need to be continuing to be part of the change, but it needs to be met equally by an investment from our companies, from a human resources standpoint, from a financial standpoint, and from a recognition standpoint. That's my thought of the day, my lesson of the day. I'll leave that with y'all. Thank you.